Hello everyone. Hi, how are you? My name is Elizabeth Willett, Senior Fertility Herbalist with the Natural Fertility Company. Today we're going to talk about immune health. I think that it's very fitting this time of year to discuss natural therapies to not only boost your immune system function, but also to ward off and fight anything that you might have caught. I have recently myself had a little bit of a cold that I'm annoyed by now and just working on trying to get rid of. So I thought I'd come on and share some tips with you guys. So immune health tips are actually natural therapies to ward off the ick and for when you're sick. And these are things that you can do on your fertility journey, most of them along with many of your programs, of course, too. So let's just jump right in. I should also say that this is part one. This is going to be part one of a two-part series. I'm going to talk about how to fight a cold or a virus right now today in terms of immune health. And next week, I'm going to venture into the topic, which probably will go beyond one video, of immunological related infertility. So for the purposes of this right now, we're going to talk about colds and flus and viruses. Next week, we're going to talk about immune infertility. Like I said, this is a time of year for many of us who live in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, who have winter, where we're faced with battling colds and flus and viruses and all sorts of things. We call it the ick or green meanies around my house, whatever you want to call it. But this is information for if you've caught a bug and need to kick it. Or don't want to catch that bug that's going around your office or in your family or the town you live in, stuff like that. So first, this is something that is not new, but now is the time more than ever if you want to ward off, this ick or get well, to eat well. We talk about eating a fertility diet all the time. I know you know this. But this is truly a time to eat as healthy as possible, as organic as possible, as many whole foods as you can. Try to avoid sugar, processed foods, hydrogenated fats, caffeine, candy, soda if it's your thing, baked goods, all the junk. This is not a time to be eating junk. All of that stuff truly does suppress the immune system. Science has proven it if you need that. But I'm sure you've experienced yourself that if you're eating poorly, you don't have energy, but you're probably you're catching more of that ick. So avoid that stuff. This is the time to not eat it. Second, something else that's not new and groundbreaking, but you need exercise. Help your body keep your lymph flowing, your blood flowing, support your energy levels, whatever that is for you. Take the stairs, walk to work, go for a walk in nature, walk on your treadmill, go for a swim at the gym, walk on the treadmill at the gym, do some standing yoga poses, choose to do an activity in your home that needs to be done with a little more oomph, like clean. Cleaning, when you work your heart rate up and you work up a little bit of a sweat, is actually considered exercise. So, get on your hands and knees and scrub your floor instead of use your mop or whatever. You can figure out what exercise feels good for you, but do try to exercise daily, at least most days of the week. Third, another not really groundbreaking thing, but manage your stress. If you've probably found that when you're stressed and you're in a heightened mode, you tend to feel worse, obviously, but can get sick a little bit quicker. And even more so when you come down out of that chronic high level of stress, your immune system comes down too, and you're probably, you can be more susceptible to getting sick. I remember frequently in college, especially my undergrad, when I wasn't taking care of myself as much as I could have or should have. I mean, who does when you're in college for the first time? But I remember after every semester ended and I would go home and hang out, I'd get a cold every time. And my mom would be like, well, are you eating well? And are you, did you stress about that paper or whatever? I'm like, yes. So anyway, manage your stress if you can. Next, sleep. You know how much sleep you need, and it really truly can differ for each person. Experts say 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep is best, but get your sleep. And if your body's telling you it's tired, rest. Go lay down, go sit down if you can, put your feet up at your desk if you can, things like that. Just try to take some time to rest. That was my next tip. Rest if your body is telling you it's done. If listen to that message. If you push through and overdo it, it can possibly make things worse, especially if you're already sick. Something else that's not necessarily groundbreaking, but very important: wash your hands. If you go out shopping, if you go to the grocery store, if you go to work and touch every door on the way in, swing into the bathroom and wash your hands and use your elbow to open the door on the way out if you can. It's really important to wash your hands this time of year. On that note, try to steer free of conventional hand sanitizers. They can be filled with toxins that can be endocrine system disrupting, especially if you use them excessively. There are natural brands out there. You can look for them. They're fine. You'll find alcohol-free recipes all over social media. But you certainly can use, essential oils or essential oil-based hand sanitizers or natural hand sanitizers in moderation if you felt that need, if it was something you wanted. Find information from a source you trust and ask around at the place where you shop for your natural body care products to find something or to see what they have. And talk to them about it. And then, of course, consider supplements. There are so many things that you can do to boost your immune system when you're well, to help it function at its best. That will also then help. I'm going to talk about herbs in a minute. Hold on. Be patient with me. Where was my thought? Okay, so there are things you can take when you are well and to help your immune system be well. And then there are also things that you can do when you're already sick. So I once heard Dr. Aviva Ram share her list of things that she tells her patients to take. If you're not following her, I would suggest it. She's amazing, frankly. She is a medically trained doctor, so she's a medical doctor, but she has a very holistic, natural approach to helping her patients and clients and helping everyone who follows her, whether you see her in real life or not. But her name is Aviva, A-V-I-V-A, Ram, R-O-M-M. So find her and follow her. She's a great source. But anyway, something that she suggests that I, in fact, took on and do pretty regularly myself is daily taking things like zinc, roughly 40 milligrams. Echinacea is a great herb. I'll tell you a little bit more in a minute. Elderberry syrup. Vitamin D3, for adults, it can be anywhere between 2,000 to 5,000 IU, but if your doctor suggested more, follow that advice, or if you're wondering about what would be best for you, talk to your doctor. Vitamin C, about 1,000 to 200 milligrams a day, and cod liver oil, actually. Cod liver oil is high in vitamin A, particularly useful for the respiratory system, but also the entirety of the immune system. Don't forget probiotics and prebiotics. So let me start with prebiotics. Prebiotics are the food for the probiotics, which are the good bacteria in your gut. So prebiotic foods in your healthy diet, like onions, leek, garlic, asparagus, chicory root, Jerusalem artichokes, and oh gosh, what else is a food high in prebiotics, bananas, things like that. Add those to your diet as much as you can. They are foods that feed the probiotics, the good bacteria that's already there. But you can also supplement with probiotics. They're in supplement form everywhere. Choose a probiotic supplement that has lactobacillus. And there's one more, the one that starts with B. Oh my gosh, guys, no one's going to be able to type it. It's a really long one. I don't have it here right now. Oh, bifidobacterium. Yes. Okay, should I spell it? Lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. Your probiotic should have that in it. A lot of people say that a refrigerated probiotic is best. I personally feel that too, but you do your research and pick a supplement that A, you can afford, and B, fits your needs. There are lots of them out there. They're available in most mainstream pharmacies even right now. So let me go through that list again. Consider or learn more about zinc, echinacea, elderberry syrup, vitamin D, vitamin C, cod liver oil, probiotics, and prebiotics. These are all fabulous. And by the way, these are all things that most women, if you're having a healthy pregnancy, can do in pregnancy and even while breastfeeding. at different doses than when you're not. So do your research or reach out to someone who can give you some advice. But those are things to keep in mind. Now back to that first tip about eating well. I have a few more tips for you before I get to herbs. So whoever wanted herb information, hold on. Because all of these steps are super important, no matter what herb you choose to try. If you're not eating well, if you're super stressed, if you're not exercising, and if you're not sleeping, it doesn't matter what herb you take. That herb isn't going to help you as much as it can if your diet and lifestyle are in order. And that's true in most cases. This is not, again, groundbreaking information. We share that with you when you're well and not ill and on your fertility journey. So keep that in mind too. Anyway, diet. Like I said, this is the time to eat as healthy and organic as possible. You don't have to eat salads every day. They're lovely if you're in a place where colder food feels good to you, or if you're hungry for a salad. But I live where we have winter and it's 19 below or even more below zero on a regular basis. And so cold foods aren't appealing as much to me right now as warm foods. So think of vegetable stews or sauteed vegetables in rice and lentils. Think of soup. Soups are amazing. If you consume animal products, bone broths are incredibly nutritious for you. But if you don't consume animal products, vegetable broths are amazing as well. Put a lot of veggies in your soups and stews. You can wilt kale and chard and greens into your soups and stews. Put your garlic and your onions and your leeks in there. Fill them up. Try some seaweeds. Try mushrooms like shiitake and maitake mushrooms. They're amazing. They have wonderful immune boosting benefits. They're specialty mushrooms, so they may not be available where like your white button and your portobello mushrooms are. They may be in a little different section of your grocery store, but look for those. And we even have a recipe for an immune tonic soup on our website if you're interested. It has many of the things I've mentioned so far, including nettle and astragalus in it. So yeah, there's that. Think about adding spirulina to your diet. Spirulina helps build red blood cells and can help your immune system function at its best. Garlic, turmeric, ginger, they're all anti-inflammatory and antiviral and wonderful spices that are really benign and easy to add to just about anything. And I even like hot peppers. I sprinkle hot peppers on most marinara sauces. I sprinkle it in my tea sometimes when I'm really congested. So think about hot peppers if you like them. If you don't like hot peppers, you don't have to, of course, but they're warming. These things like garlic, ginger, turmeric, and hot peppers are all warming. It will help warm you up inside. And even think of things like fire cider. Today is World Fire Cider Day. If you're into herbs or you're on the natural health scene at all, you'll probably be seeing social media posts and lots of things about fire cider. It was created by an amazing herbalist that most everybody has at least heard of if you're into herbs, named Rosemary Gladstar. And it has since become rather commercialized. People are trying to patent it and be able to claim it as their own, but we rogue herbalists are like, go make your own fire cider, find a recipe. It's filled with things like ginger, garlic, turmeric, nettles, astragalus, horseradish. I mean, you really could put just about anything in it. Hot peppers, all those things soaked in apple cider vinegar, and you take it as a tonic daily. Anyway, if you want more information, just go search on the web. You'll find tons of it out there. Reputable sources for fire cider recipes would be places like Urban Moonshine. Mountain Rose Herbs has one. Search Rosemary Gladstar and fire cider. She has a video on her of herself making it for you. You'll see lots of recipes out there. So now, wait, one more thing. Stay hydrated. Before I get into herbs, stay hydrated. It's really important every day to drink enough water or herbal tea or freshly squeezed juice. All of these things will help you stay hydrated, make your skin look great, help your lymph flow, help your blood flow, help flow within the body, and also help elimination. It's important to keep elimination flowing when you're ill. That's urination and going number 2. Keep that stuff happening as much as you can. So drink your water. All right, now, for those of you really wanting to know more about herbs, here we go. I've got quite a list. We have all this information on our website. I want to let you all know that if you're not taking notes or you're interested in learning more, you can reach out to us through the naturalfertilityshop.com. There's a little contact button in the top right corner. Click that and send an email off and we'll get you more information on the herbs if you want it. But anyway, immune boosting herbs. These are pretty common in the industry. They have fertility benefits, of course, because this is the topic that we talk on. But you'll find information about them in a lot of places. So they are ashwagandha. This is Withania somnifera. Ashwagandha is beautiful. It supports overall endocrine system function. So that's the system that coordinates hormones within your body. But it also supports the immune system. It can aid in autoimmune infertility issues. We'll talk more about that next week. Definitely really important herb for a healthy stress response in your immune system. You can buy ashwagandha in little sticks, ashwagandha and astragalus both, but ashwagandha in little sticks, and I like to just throw it in a lot of my different stress tonics that I make myself, but also some immune boosting soups. I'll throw a chunk in miso soup while I'm cooking it and take it out before I eat it. You don't actually eat the herb, but that's a really easy, really easy way to use the herb. Another one is bee pollen. Bee pollen has been reported to have great immune boosting and fertility benefits. Definitely important for immune function, for healthy inflammatory response and a stress response in the body. Bee pollen, you can find it on its own, but you will often find it in combination with royal jelly. So many of you have probably heard of royal jelly, and bee propolis. That's the other one. All right, some mushrooms. Cordyceps mushrooms. Cordyceps mushrooms have actually been studied in human clinical trials to help boost natural killer cell activity. Those are the cells that attack all of the foreign invaders, whether it's a virus or a parasite or anything else in your body. So there have been, cordyceps mushrooms are known to normalize immune function. Shiitake mushrooms stimulate and support the immune system, so actually will help your immune system get working better. What next? Back to echinacea. You heard me say that when I was sharing with you what I learned from Dr. Aviva Ram. Echinacea is a beautiful plant. I've talked about it before in a video that I've done, but known and been studied for stimulating the immune system. And really beneficial in situations where immune system support is immediate. So you're fine one day and all of a sudden you wake up the next day and you've got this massive cold. You can start with echinacea or try it. And that's true of elderberry too. Both are great to hopefully help ward off, but they're really good in acute cases where something just hits you out of the blue. What else, guys? Eleuthero. Eleuthero, E-L-E-U-T-H-E-R-O, is an adaptogen herb that supports overall function of the endocrine system. Again, that's the system that tells your hormones where to go in the amounts that they need. Most women with imbalanced hormones could probably benefit from endocrine system boosting or something that will boost the endocrine system. Eleuthero is really great for people who have chronic severe stress. It really helps. It's an herb that's known to help people just feel better overall. It can take that edge off of stress, help you perform better and recover better if you've battled something that's been immune related for quite a while and need some recovery, some support in recovering. It can help you recover from immune system suppression a little bit quicker. What else? Shatavari. Shatavari is actually a species of asparagus. It's not the same as the asparagus you'll see in the grocery store. It's different than that. But it's got a lot of different ways that it supports the body, and one of them is that it's nutritive. It's a nutritive tonic, and it supports the immune system, the overall function of the immune system. Can also be helpful for menstrual cycle regulation and cervical mucus production, things like that. So if your body, when you're sick, is producing a lot of mucus, your nose, you're just goopy, I probably wouldn't go to Shatavari as a first choice. But anyway, it has immune system supporting benefits. So, like I said, all of this applies if you're trying to be proactive and, prevent sickness and illness and, keep it out of your house. And it all does also apply if you already are ill. Hi, Nastar, how are you? But I want you to know that these things that I've told you may not keep you from ever getting sick, right? I'm not telling you you're probably not ever going to get sick if you do all that I just said in this video. But what I do know is that most of these things are known to shorten the duration if you were to get ill. So if you're being proactive and you get sick, hopefully all that you're doing and will continue to do while you have a cold or a virus, it will help you fight it quicker. That's ultimately the goal. So lastly, I have to get on a little bit of a soapbox. Because it's so hard for me to be out in public when I have people coughing and sneezing around me. If you can, if you're ill, stay home. Don't go out in public. Rest. Listen to your body's need for rest and be gentle. Don't overdo it. The laundry can wait. The dishes can wait. Your partner can cook dinner. Someone can deliver you dinner. So many places we live have multiple delivery options. Use a neti pot if your nose is plugged. That can really help relieve sinus pain and pressure. That's N-E-T-I. Some people say neti, but N-E-T-I pot. It's this little tiny pot. I should have grabbed mine, I'm sorry. That you put warm water with a specifically designed saline solution in, and you actually just run it through your sinuses. It's a little awkward the first couple of times, hopefully not, but once you figure it out in practice, the water stays completely in your nose when you tilt your head, and it just will help you flush and then blow all that ick out. Think of that. Sip on warm teas and broths. So many companies market teas for when you're not feeling well. So look for those. If you're not into making your tea from scratch, you can buy teas and tea bags. Even something gentle like chamomile tea, if you're not allergic, before bed can be really helpful. Like I said, broths are great to sip on too. And please, if you need medical attention, don't hesitate to go get medical attention. We don't have to completely self-treat, even those of us who mostly do that. It's okay to take something over the counter if you need to. If you're in so much pain and you're able to take a pain reliever, just do it. Contact your doctor if you need to. I don't want you laying at home thinking, I remember Liz told me to use my neti pot and take zinc. If you're in a place where you need medical help, just go get it. It's okay. And I know they can't do a lot for you with viruses, but they may have tips, and doctors are able to help you know if there's something more going on. And that's not something we should try to figure out on our own at home, right? So anyway, I want you all to be well. I want you all to be armed with tips to help yourself through colds and flus if you get them. You can, if you're interested, look for homeopathic remedies. I know there's homeopathic cold and flu products out there. And even my mainstream pharmacy has some of these different natural approaches to dealing with, sickness when you get it and boosting immune health. So seek support. If you have questions, reach out to your pharmacist. They may have tips for you too. But anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you all are staying well and not having to deal with any colds and flus. Shameless product plugging right here. Heather and Jason's other company, the Stress Company, makes this line of products called Calm Botanicals. This immune daily tonic is stellar. I am biased, right, because I work for them, but I've used a lot of different immune system herb boosting supplements, and I truly feel like this one is nice. It's really great. So if you're interested, seek out Calm Botanicals Immune Daily Tonic. Another shameless product plug if you're looking for products, and it's a reputable company, Urban Moonshine makes an immune tonic that is awesome as well. I love a lot of Urban Moonshine products, but that's another one to look for if you're interested. Other places for immune boosting herbs, again, would be Mountain Rose Herbs. There's another company I wanted to tell you of. Gaia is great. Herb Farm has products. Elk Mountain Herbs is wonderful. These are all companies who specialize in creating herbal formulas and do it with great care. They're very quality products. Some of them will be organic, others will be grown organically, others will be wildcrafted. You can pick whichever you feel best suit your needs, but those are companies to look for. So the other thing that I wanted to share with you is that the Stress Company has an blog article, an immune health blog article. You can look for that. And we also have some information on naturalfertilityinfo.com. So if you need that or want that, reach out to us. We'll get you links to all of the information and help you with hopefully staying well. And spring is on its way, right? Did the groundhog see its shadow? I don't even know. Has that happened yet even? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Thanks for coming, you guys. I hope everyone stays well and doesn't catch that cold that is being passed around wherever you are. And that you have a great day. The sun is shining here, so if you can, get outside, go for a walk. You'll feel better. And thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.